Last Saturday, April 29th, I decided to head down to Mahaffey Skate Park in Loveland, Colorado to meet up with Colorado State University's Quads Club.
Converse. Mia's flying! She's flying! Woo!
I figured out how to drop it.
Woo! Extra stick carb! Okay, that's it. My ass hurts.
I always have so much fun because I just feel so encouraged by everybody around me. No matter if it's your first day or your 3,000th day, you'll have people behind you cheering you on, telling you you can do it, or even just helping you get up when you fall. As a roller skater myself, I can say that this is a pretty good example of a typical day at the skate park. I think it gives good insight into the things that we talk about, the things that we joke about, things that go just beyond the tricks. I rounded everybody up, and I wanted to get a consensus on what everybody thought about the skate parks in Fort Collins, Denver, and just kind of Colorado's skate culture in general. It ended up being a super windy day, and we didn't get much skating done, but we got a lot of talking done. Kat Schwab and Maddie Flanagan are actually the founders of CSU Quads Club, and this is what they had to say about Northside and some other local parks here in Fort Collins.
Mia, come join this conversation.
Yeah, you wanna get on
Come
this?
join this conversation.
Okay, I'll give my professional rating of Happy Skate Park in Loveland.
Yeah, what's up?
It's kind of shit, low key. It's kind of shit. But it's not as bad as Northside.
Now, you'll hear us talk about this place, Northside, a lot. And Northside is just one of the many skate parks in Fort Collins, but I would say with confidence, it's probably the most popular. A lot of really talented skaters go there, and it's really closely tied to one of the biggest skate shops in Fort Collins, the Market. So a lot of the same crowd that you'll see at Northside, you'll also see at the Market. And these skaters are really good at what they do, like undeniably good at what they do.
I just went to Market. I need to go to Market, like, yesterday.
Do you?
I do.
Go to Market?
No, I do, because Skate Rats is closed and I need bearings. Yeah. It's drama.
Why don't you like Northside? Like, just because of that?
No.
I feel like we've...
Here's my problem.
Let's break this down.
Let's break it down.
Let's break
Okay.
it down. Let's break down some parks, because I feel like they're not all friendly, and I probably already know your reason for not liking Northside.
Personally, I don't like the skate parks in Fort Collins because of the way that I get treated by certain groups of people whenever I just try to go skate.
I like it. It gets so crowded.
Yeah.
It's so fun, but it's so crowded. I just personally, like, rink skating is fun from time to time, but I'm just
Me too.
I think there's a huge... I've been in the roller skating community for a while, and I've been there for a lot of the ups and downs. I think there's a lot of contention between roller skaters, skateboarding, scootering, BMXers. I like every BMXer I've met. I'm like mean, like one time I was
kind of scary.
yeah, I know. One time I was skating at Arvada. Arvada skate park is a really big skate park. A lot of people go there. So I was like calling out the fact that I was gonna go. I was like, going.
Yeah.
These 40-year-old men on bikes. They go, shh.
What the fuck?
Sorry, I don't want to get hit.
My
Like, I'm sorry.
my favorite personally is when I'm just minding my own business at the skate park and, you know, I get like snow thrown at me or I get laughed and pointed at or when they take videos of me or when they catcall me, call me a whore, slut, bitch, cunt, etc. You know, it's just makes me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. Personally,
Favorite.
it's like my cup of tea. It's my mama jam. My vagina. I'm 95.
Some of these issues are pretty serious, but it feels good just to sit and kind of laugh about all this with other people who understand.
It's like you can't really mess up because everybody's eyes are on you, whether they like hate you or they just like, think that you're attractive.
Or they have a really
either way,
bad crush on you.
everybody's eyes are on you at all times. Like you can't just exist without people. Just I don't know, just watching every single little thing that you do.
And Have y'all ever gotten the comments that are like,
You're going like this.
just being like, I can never do that.
Every day. Every time. It's like, if there's like my favorite is like the middle-aged men.
Yeah.
They come up to me and they like ask me about like where I'm going to school, like what's my major, and then they start asking about my roller skates, and then they start getting a little bit too close to me, and then they start asking me really personal questions, and I'm like, yeah, I'm here alone. That doesn't mean that I'm asking for your attention or I'm asking for anything at all. It just means that I'm here. I mean, it's the same thing.
Because it's not just about the skates. It's not just about the skateboard. It's not the fact that we're both into a common sport. It's the fact that as non-traditional skaters, we have this shared experience that traditional skaters will just never understand. I spoke to Utah Castile, who is a Fort Collins skater, and he had a little bit of a different perspective to bring when talking about local skate parks and the market.
They're all really good versus where I came from down in Florida, but they're all very specific. Like, each park has its own vibe and own, like, oh, I'm going to skate this sort of obstacle, or I'm going to skate transition or a bowl, or I'm going to skate ledges today, versus there being a park that almost offers every opportunity. And it's also very cool that Fort Collins has its own local core skate shop versus just chain style. They've been featured on like Thrasher before, I believe. Eric, the guy who runs it, very cool dude. Always down to earth and chill, and the people in there are very welcoming.
I also think it's very interesting that when I presented these two groups with the same question, it was answered very differently. When I asked, what do you think about Fort Collins skate parks? The men tend to answer in a infrastructure-based way. They think about what the park physically allows them to do. Is it better for flat ground skating, or does it have bowls and half pipes where you can practice vert? But the women and the gender non-conforming people that I speak to often talk about the culture and more of the treatment that they receive at the skate parks rather than the physical structures that are there. Deborah Harry is a third-generation roller skater living in Long Beach, California. She currently has a YouTube channel called Dirty School Skate, where she uploads all sorts of skating tutorials on, roller skating techniques or how to set up your own equipment. She said something in a video one time that always stuck with me. When setting up a pair of her own skates at the rink, she said that men tend to blame their mistakes or their inability to complete a trick on their equipment. They say that their bearings are old, or their laces are too tight, or maybe the heel on their boot is raised too much. But the women presenting people tend to look inwards and kind of put the blame on themselves. They think it's something mentally they can't get over, or something physically that they just can't complete. And I think that both groups' concerns are valid, right? I mean, those problems could plague anybody of any gender. I just think it's very interesting that two people within the exact same roller sport have very different concerns on their mind. And also the fact that somebody as experienced as Deborah Harry can sit back and notice those things. I truly don't think that non-traditional skaters want special treatment in skate parks. It's quite the opposite, actually. We just kind of want to exist without it being a topic of discussion. I think what non-traditionals want and deserve is just respect, right? I mean, there's so much respect and intensity and it's a very serious world of skateboarding, whether it be local or pro. And I think we're just looking for that same energy that we're giving to the males at the park. We want to be taken seriously. We deserve to be taken seriously. I mean, shit, we're on double the wheels and they're strapped to our feet. I can't help but feel like that deserves a little bit of respect. I'd like to say a huge thank you to CSU Quads Club for letting me come crash your meetings and for y'all being so open and willing to answer all of my questions. Big thank you to Kat, Maddie, Mia, Mary, and Juniper. I'd also like to congratulate Quads on becoming an official CSU club just this past week. I'm so excited to see the future of the Quads Club and see what communities it can reach. Until then, remember to be kind,
and wear a helmet.